Thank you so much for joining us today. Now we have Dr. Raullen Chai. He is the co-founder and CEO of IoTeX, a decentralized network for IoT. Since 2010, he has been a member of the Center for Applied Cryptographic Research, International Association for Cryptologic Research, and the IEEE Communication Society. In 2016, he joined Uber as the head of cryptography, research, and development. He also served as editor of KSII Transactions and reviews for many prestigious conferences and journals. Before that, he was working at Google, and he was doing some really, really exciting things, leading their sort of security infrastructures, technical infrastructures, and he also graduated from the University of Waterloo with a PhD in 2012. His research was focused on cryptography, specifically in designing and analyzing lightweight ciphers and authentication protocols for IoT. And today we have him so graciously joining us from IoTeX, and his title of his topic is MachineFi, connecting the real world to the metaverse. And very excited to have him here and speak about this awesome topic. So with that, I'll let you go for it.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction and thanks for having me. Let me share my screen. I know. Okay. Can you see my slides?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. So this is Raullen Chai, CEO and co-founder of IoTeX. Yeah, I'm so honored here to present, basically give you a sneak peek about what is coming for IoTeX, something we call MachineFi. Okay, let's get started. So machines encoded with human thoughts and skills are actually like the future workforce. So by 2030, so there will be like a 20% of human jobs that gets replaced by machines. And there will be 25 billion machines, at that time, basically transforming our working and living experience fundamentally. And most importantly, like those machines are collaborating as they are now actually today, right? Forming a new economy. I think just very few people see this, but machines are forming a new economy. Can you believe it? We just call this one like a machine finance or MachineFi. So what does it mean? And what does it imply? So if we look at, from the result perspective for MachineFi, so there are like a two type of results MachineFi can lead to. One is, once you deploy lots of machines in the real world, it can mirror the real world into the metaverse, right? Collecting data, saying, oh, people is doing this, how the world works. And those facts about the real world can be used to enhance like the applications, like a DeFi, GameFi, or NFT applications in the metaverse with some real world experience, right? So this is like how mirror the real world into the metaverse. And another one, which is even more interesting, is like you can use this MachineFi or machines to program the real world from the metaverse, right? So thinking about you do like a D app in the metaverse, you do a game in the metaverse, but you can incentivize machines and essentially like the people to do things, right? For example, like a work to earn, universal basic income, and also crypto cities, like Vitalik was talking a lot about these days. So these are very interesting, like two angles to look at MachineFi. And from the like a scenarios point of view, to look at MachineFi, so definitely like there will be community-owned machine networks, which are actually owned by companies right now, but it will be owned by community. For example, wireless connectivity provider, compute provider, storage provider, and also mobility provider like Uber. They can be like a community-owned machine networks. And on the other side, there can be some individual-owned digital assets as well. For example, your smartwatch can perhaps turn your like a healthcare data or maybe some personal experience into digital assets and bring like a fun and also some interesting living experience, right? So this is like what does MachineFi implies. Yeah, the transition is already started, right? So if you look at like the traditional finance transition to DeFi, which is a $300 billion market within less than 2 years, definitely like a very strong signal indicating something is happening. Basically Web3 or maybe crypto, so they fully embrace this free market composability and user as owner principles and unleashes a lot of creativity and productivity, right? So as we are saying, traditional finance is becoming DeFi slowly but steadily, and traditional collectible market is become like an NFT, right? So everybody's talking about NFT these days, as well as game to GameFi, um, influencers to socialFi. So like we have no doubt, we actually see like a strong signal, like the traditional IoT industry or device machines, no matter it's personal or like an industrial, is actually transition to MachineFi. That's exactly why we exist. So for IoTeX, like we started back in 2017 with a team mostly in Silicon Valley, and now we are growing very fast. Basically, we want to build this decentralized engine to jumpstart the machine economy and power billions of applications and machines at scale for the people, of course. IoTeX will equip machines with trust and composability, right? Like a DeFi Legos, you can compose all things together to unleash creativity, and it can allow developers to do this token economics very easily for machines to incentivize them do something and scale up this individual owned or community owned machine networks. That's our mission. Yeah, so like I said, we have built a lot in the past 4 years. So if you look at this one, so IoTeX at its core, it's a layer one blockchain. It's a high performance EVM compatible blockchain running by 100 validators since 2019, which this chain is actually, by the way, built from scratch. We used 2 years to build a chain from scratch, which has been running great these days, processing 20 million transactions, I think supported by all the integrated with all the top exchanges in the world. And because this chain is even compatible, so that opens up lots of possibilities. So we have like a different off-chain component for different purposes. So for example, so we have like a layer two protocol, which is a cross-chain protocol, basically connects IoTeX ecosystem to other crypto ecosystem like a Binance Chain, Ethereum, Avalanche, and other blockchains. And we do have like a wallet explorer SDK and tools. So to allow like a developers, they launch their D apps like a DeFi D apps, DAO D apps, game or NFT D apps are really easy on IoTeX blockchain. And I'm so proud to see like we already have 40, 50-ish those very high quality D apps actually running on top of IoTeX. Yeah, super excited for that. But most importantly, also interestingly, is this TrueStream, which is a layer 2 protocol. We will release maybe later this year or early next year. It's a protocol that translates what machine does into something like the EVM or smart contract can understand. So this one opens up lots of possibilities for IoTeX as an entire like a function that can talking or maybe orchestrating like the devices that's living in the real world, no matter it's like unmanned store, like autonomous cars, like joys, personal devices, urban mobility, like a bike, scooters, or some wireless routers. Like IoTeX can actually, talking and program those devices using TrueStream. And so that's why like the value prop for IoTeX is really clear. So we're sitting between the real world and the metaverse, like I said before, right? So we help like the metaverse to program the real world, while like we help the real world can be mirrored onto the metaverse. So this is IoTeX. Yeah, so with this like a fascinating technology, so we can do lots of things that's has not been seen before. For example, you can connect your wearables to IoTeX. You have a token project called the Wear, and this is a token, right? So you can use this token to incentivize people to do something like a work to earn or live to earn, which is universal basic income, by the way. and you can turn like a personal achievement into NFT, right? Make them unforgettable or maybe tradable on the marketplace, so on and so forth. And you can turn like a Raspberry Pi into an army of Raspberry Pi. You can turn like an individual owned 3D printers into your decentralized like a factories in the world, right? By incentivize people to actually manufacture the actual product after purchasing some AI or sorry, like IP from the marketplace. Yeah, so this opens up lots of use cases that is actually coming to IoTeX in this year and next. Yeah, with this, with the hardworking and also like the support from the community in the past 4 years, and we are seeing very strong growth for IoTeX. For example, we have 2 billion assets on IoTeX right now, 20 million transactions processed by the chain, which this number keeps growing day by day. And we have 10K devices actually living on IoTeX platform. Some are very like a pioneering devices, exactly doing the things I was talking about in the earlier in this page. And we do have like a 1,000 each developers wants to try this MachineFi D app. So if you look at the right half of this deck, like the transactions on the IoTeX chain, as well as the wallet users keeps growing like a crazy in the past 12 months. And we foresee this pattern to be also like going even hyper higher. Of course, IoTeX ecosystem is composed of a lot of things. MachineFi is like a one category of the applications. We also have game, DeFi, DEX, NFT, and other tools governance style. Of course, like we partner with some enterprise organizations like IEEE or CCC, and we do have like a different wallets support IoTeX. Um, and we partner with almost everybody in the crypto world. So that's about IoTeX. Yeah, this is like a very short kind of presentation about MachineFi, about what is coming for IoTeX this year and next. So if you're interested to talk with me or talk with the team, feel free to just shoot us an email or maybe just give us a ping on Twitter as well. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for having me and thanks for this presentation.